Let's take a quick look at how you add type inside of Photoshop. It's pretty easy and self-explanatory. If you've taken a look at the type tool before, you know how to do this. But just real quick, over on the side, there's a horizontal type tool, shortcut key, letter T. If I hold that down, we can have the horizontal type, vertical type, and then the masking tool. So we'll start with the horizontal type tool, and I just click out here in the center. We'll just write hello. We'll change the color. Oh, actually, we need to select it. So if I click 3 times, it'll select everything. And then I can go ahead and change the color here and hit OK. And then we'll click the move tool and we'll just move this around. As I move it around, you'll see that it tries to start aligning it to different things in the scene here, which is really cool. So we'll just stick that out in the middle of nowhere. It created that type layer for us that we can always come back and edit. Now, if I want to create another one, I click on the type tool and I just click out into an open area and I can create a new layer. However, if I click the area where the previous type was created, it will allow me to go in and edit that immediately. So I can come in and change that out just by clicking in that area. So that gives me an easy way to go ahead and edit this information. And then we have all the options at the top that we can adjust. One thing that we can also do is we can change this type to vertical. There's a button over on the side. So if I click that in the options bar, it'll change this type to vertical type for us so that we can do something like this if we would like to. We can also create vertical type by, under the type tool, we have the vertical type tool, and if I click and start typing with the vertical type tool, it will do it vertically for me automatically, and then we'll just have to resize it up here. So we'll just go ahead and delete that. Just change this one. Gonna grab my horizontal type tool, hit that horizontal button and change it back. We also have the masking tools. So here we can do a horizontal or vertical type mask tool, and whenever we click out into the area, it's going to do it in the mask mode. And then when we hit the checkbox to save that, it saves it as a selection. We can save this selection, which might be something you want to do, is have that selection saved immediately. We can turn it into a mask, we can fill it, and we can do all the cool things that you could use a selection for. And that's by using the mask tools, whether it be the vertical mask tool or the horizontal mask tool. So we'll go ahead and deselect that. And then once you have these selected, you can see if we go to the top under window, we have the character panel that we can open up, and it gives us more information for the way we want this text to look. So here we can have all the different options for all the text. And then there's also the paragraph panel for different options for the paragraph. And that's going under window and then clicking on paragraph. We also have character and paragraph styles. So if we style a paragraph or we style a way that a font looks, we can save those out in these style sheets and then pull those up later also. And then we also have glyphs. If we click on glyphs, it gives us a bunch of text-based symbols that we can use. So here we can go in and we can find different things, like say we need Greek letters, we can click on that and it's going to give us all of the different Greek letters that we can use that's associated with this font. So that's by using glyphs. Now the cool thing about glyphs is that there's so many different ones. You can actually use these for other things too, other ways of designing. So you could take a math symbol that's kind of different and find a way to use that in your design other than strictly using it for math. So the glyphs gives you a different way to add in all kinds of these different symbols and glyphs that we have here. So if we need this one, we can double click on it, and because we have the text highlighted, it added it in and replaced it. So if I undo that here and I click back at the end, I can add it in at the end by just double clicking on those glyphs. So it gives us a cool way to write out different ways of symbols and different glyphs and characters and symbols that we would need for the design work. So that's how you add those inside of Photoshop. Just want to give a quick refresher in case you weren't sure how. You just click on the type tool, click out here in an empty area and start typing, and they'll create that text or type layer for us, and we can begin editing those later on.